Hello, every pony. I think it's about time that I give my opinion in a video on people copying, maybe tracing my art, because I've been asked many times in the past how I feel about it, people telling me they found someone doing it. I notice some people targeting others who may engage in doing it. And the first thing I want to say to outline the entire video is that none of it particularly bothers me. Unless said person is making a profit off of my work. So if someone's selling prints of a piece that was traced from my own work, I will have a problem with it, and I will probably report it and get it taken down. Now, this was more topical back in 2016. Back in 2016, I had a more popular Instagram account going by Faydol. And during this time, there was a pretty big amount of people who would draw in my art style, or an art style heavily influenced by mine, enough to the point to where it would attract other people with less than positive intentions. Said people would harass, insult, and generally be mean to the people who were drawing things that were influenced by my own art. And I felt stronger things about it back in 2016 than I do now. What I'm talking about there is that it bothered me more than people copying my art or tracing my art, and it has only bothered me less and less as time has gone by. This is because I know in almost every case they're not profiting off of it, and they're not doing it in spite of me. They're not doing it because they hate me. It's often because they like my art and they want their art to look like it, which I don't mind. I do mind it when someone is copying or tracing commissioned work I have created, because that is not completely my property. What it is something I was paid to create for someone else. That work is specially made for another person, someone whose consent is usually never given for other people to trace or copy or reference or use in any other way. And I have been very vocal about not supporting artists who take from my commissioned work to make their own work. Otherwise, using personal art of mine I made of my own characters on my own time that I was not paid to create, anyone is free to use it as a reference for drawing their own thing, as long as it's not made with ill will, as long as it has positive intentions behind it, whether it be to practice, to create a tribute, to create something that they want to resemble my own work when their usual work would not. Either way, I really do not like people going out of their way to insult and harass other people who may be copying or referencing or taking inspiration from my personal works. So, if that has been your case in the past, I would like to ask you in this video to no longer bother with someone who is maybe irking you because their art is so similar to my personal works. If they are copying or tracing commissioned work, feel free to tell them that I don't appreciate that and that I would rather they not do that. Otherwise, you would be exhausting yourself for no good reason because I am not bothered by it. I don't want people stressing out over someone else copying a drawing I did in my own free time. I don't want someone stressing out because someone else is giving them abuse online because they happen to take influence from my personal art. All in all, I don't mind copying of personal art I create. Anyway, thank you to everyone who has listened to this video. Please follow my words if you have acted out in the past towards another person for this reason. Don't stress yourself. Don't waste your energy. Just ignore it. Focus on what makes you happy. Other than that, thank you again for listening, and I will see you another day.